Hey guys, it's Archie Luxury. I've just literally woken up. I've just literally woken up. It's 8:56, 8:56. Come on, that's a bit staged because I can't even read the time on my clock without glasses. 8:56 a.m. It's Sunday, the 28th of Jan. In Australia, it would be Saturday night in America. So I just thought, look, I'll wake up and I'll do a show. We'll do a show together, guys. We'll just see who we can get on, and we'll have a bit of a chat. But I just want to say good morning. Good morning. Well, in Australia, it's good morning. It's good morning in Australia. In different parts of the world, it's nighttime. It's very much. I just want to say to you that it's nighttime, and I'm really pleased to be doing the show today. So, guys, I just want to say good morning, and I'm just as I'm doing this, it's hard for men to multitask. It's very hard for me as a man to multitask, but I'm trying to put a few, how do I put this? I'm trying to put a few ads on some of the Facebook groups there, which I'm a member of, so I can get some more traffic coming in, because I like to have a bit of an audience there. It's really cool to have an audience when you're talking watches. It's just cool. It's just very cool. Get the vibe, get the bounce, baby. And I gotta tell you, it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. I do love me watches. I really do love watches. I've always loved watches. I mean, look, I'm the kind of guy, you know, why is it that I love watches? Well, it's probably because reason I love watches is because you know, I love classic cars. I love mechanical things. That's what I do love. I do love classic cars, mechanical shit. I like all that sort of stuff. You know, that's kind of cool. I love that sort of shit. Mechanical stuff, cars, and I mean, I kind of wish I did have a beautiful classic cars. A number of cars I've loved over the years, but I'm not very mechanical, and I've only got one garage. So, you know, it's just not going to work. The classic car thing, I've only got one garage. I know shit about cars. And, you know, when I grew up as a kid, my old man, AC2, he was very, very, oh, don't buy an old car. Oh, they're trouble. Oh. Hey, Jade Mill. Great to see Clyde back on deck. Yeah, Clyde is great. I love Clydey. Clydey is a good friend. I'm pleased to have him on deck. You betcha. Look, I'm happy to have any of these guys here on deck. I love them all. I love them all. So yeah. If they want to go on, I'm just sending a few links to a few guys there. They're more than welcome to come on. It is good to have Clydey back on the show. So yes, I agree. Look, I suppose the thing is, my old man, my Papa Pluta, he was always, oh, don't get old cars. So it kind of made me a bit scared instead of embracing it. And I had a few. I have most of the cars in my life I've had, I actually bought new. Well, you know, demonstrators, relatively new cars. And what happened was when I did dip my toe into the secondhand car genre, I had an Alfa Romeo 156 silly speed, and that fucking ripped my heart out. That fucking Italian car ripped my heart out. So I gotta be completely frank with you. I went to Honda Civic. That's how bad Italian. I mean, I love Italian cars. Nothing has the passion, the spirit. They got a nice note, but the quality was shit. Alfa Romeo really makes garbage. Yeah. So you know, that's what happened. That's what happened there. So it's all pretty good stuff. I'll just send a message to Clive. Doing live show, just talking, rambling, watch it, wrist watches. There we go, watches. There we go, rambling. That's probably so. I mean, I'm probably more of a frustrated classic car guy. Okay, I love classic cars, and because well, you know, I got a number of issues here. Okay, I already sent the link to Goldberg, by the way, guys. The General. I love classic cars, but I got one garage. So what do? Do I keep my classic car in the garage, or do I keep my Honda Civic? You know, I don't want, you know, it's the sun in Australia can be pretty brutal. It's a very hot. You got to have two garages. You got to have a garage for a car. You can't leave the car out. So I must say, I would dearly love a second car, a classic car. I'd love so many different genres of vehicle. I would love to have one. I'd love it, but mechanically, my dad didn't really teach me much, so I'm a bit of a boob when it comes to cars. So, you know, I think watches, that's why I love the watches, because they're so much smaller. They're so much more hidden. You know, you can hide it from your spouse or wife or girlfriend. If you know, I got to tell you, that's the thing about watches. Watches are so small and compact. I mean, you can have a beautiful wristwatch for low money. For low money, you can have a beautiful wristwatch for low money. And I got to tell you, the other thing is, of course, is that, you know, with classic cars, I mean, if you want the Rolls, well, actually, you can buy Rolls Royces secondhand cheap, but if you want, say, a newish Bentley or a newish Rolls Royce, fuck, expensive, and repairs, oh my God, eye-watering. But if you want a Patek, you can get a decent Patek for $20,000, $30,000. So, hello, Captain Zed. Hello from the road in Texas. Thank you, Captain Zed. I daily drive my classic car. They are easy to fix and cheap parts are abundant, well, assuming it's not Italian or German. Yeah, very good point there. Maybe you could mention what you have, Mantis. Matt Amos X. You can tell us what sort of classic car you got. John, classic car without the headache, Porsche 911 or Mercedes R107. Actually, I saw a great YouTube video on the Mercedes R107. That's the 1970s, 1980s, 19-year production run on the R107. And he was saying it was shit. He said the rust, they rust like anything from that era. I've always loved the R107. I've always loved the R107. The other problem is, being in Australia, our cars are fucking ridiculously overpriced. Ridiculously overpriced. So, yeah. That's kind of the way it is there in the classic car scene. I love watching Vin Wiki. I tell you this now. I love Vin Wiki. I've been watching. Last night I was watching Vin Wiki. I was watching Vin Wiki. I love the stories. Classic. I think he tells a good story. The Vin Wiki, different characters on Vin Wiki tell great stories. Some of these guys are a bit pompous. HP Overload. He's a bit. I don't quite get his. I think he uses clickbait as his titles. Yeah, he's got a few fantastic fucking Ferraris. Yeah. I get it. But he doesn't. He's just a bit of a pompous. I don't know. Is that wrong to say this? Yes, I'm in the cryptos. I've got Davcoin and I've still got BitConnect. I still got some BitConnects because the price fell, so I decided to hold. And I've also got Davcoin, Coin, I think it's pronounced. VinWiki rules, yeah. VinWiki. I could watch. I was watching VinWiki last night. Fuck, there's some good stories there. And the whole thing is the VinWiki stories. They're just interesting the way they tell the stories. There's no fancy graphics, they don't even have fucking photos of these things, but it's all pretty well done there. What's my opinion on the Black Bay Tudor 36 mil? Well, I think 36 mil is just a wee bit small for a sports oriented steel watch. I think a precious metal 37 would be the smallest I go. No, I'm not joking. I had BitConnect. Yes, I did. BitConnect. That's right. I seen that one, the hoe with the Lambo. Yeah, the prostitute who sold VinWiki guy the Lambo. That was fucking great. And the Petrolicious. Oh, I love Petrolicious. That's like art in automotive. Oh, I love Petrolicious. Fuck, I love Petrolicious. They have some amazing stories, amazing cars. I also like Harry's Garage. That's an English guy in the Codswolds. Very expensive part. And yeah, for Super Chat, you press that $sign and you can donate money and we talk about your topic. That's the way it works. That's the way it works. I've got I got Davor and BitConnect. Those two cryptocurrencies. We'll see how they go. BitConnect hasn't shut down. No, I think it's still there. I think it's pretty cool. What else is going on? Rolex. Okay, so yeah, I love a bit of YouTube. I watch these things. I also love barn finds. I used to love collecting classic cars. That was great. No, they're starting to ask really tech questions. You've got to put some coins in the Bicky jar. Yes, Kurt, I did get that. I got that in my Dropbox. Yes. But you didn't, Kurt, if you could tell me a bit of a story about them. I'd like to know more about these cars. No honey, no money. Eat some ice cream. I still want to go to Thailand with you. Thank you, Bugsy Malone. Bugsy Malone's cool. We've got 100 people watching. That's very cool. I've been in cryptos for 2 years. BitConnect was a horrible idea. Thanks, Ross. Archie is using Clive as his. Well, look, I just thought I'd come on the air now. What do you reckon? I just turned the computer on. I woke up. I haven't even had a coffee. Haven't had a coffee yet. $5 super chat. Here we go. Archie, buy Square SQ. What the hell is that? Is that an American stock or an Aussie stock? Square SQ stock tip. Tell me, Christopher. I gotta, before I actually buy that stock, I think I need to clear my credit cards. My credit card is a little bit, it's on the max. It's Pepsi. I got a Pepsi Visa card. My Visa card is Pepsi. It's 6,000 Australian. Not a lot of money, but I gotta fix it up. Longines Conquest. I don't like modern Longines. All fucking garbage. Archie, do you have a vacuum? No, I have carpet beetles, but I don't have a vacuum. Rolex, Pepsi, or Patek 5230. 5230. Let me have a look at this. I've just woken up, guys. My brain. 5230. Let me have a look at this. I think I know the one. That's the one without Just a 2. Oh, 5-3. Oh, that's a fucking world time. Fuck me dead. Now, that combo deal there, Timmy, they're 2 different price ranges. You'd go with the Patek. Arch prices for 15202 ST are soaring. What's your outlook for the AP piece? I always liked that piece, but they were fucking expensive. You know what a 15202 goes for? Man, they are fucking dear. I'm not that sort of collected. You understand? I'm a fucking struggler. I'm a fucking struggler. I don't have 20,000 to just pop like that. It doesn't quite work that way. Let me give you the drum. Harry Metcalf straps on his... Does he? I haven't seen him wearing a Patek gondola and goes for an X-Drive in some cool... And that's the life. Yes, it is. Oh, white gold Pepsi. Sorry. Yeah, go for the Patek. Go for the Patek. But come on, if you're going to ask me that sort of question, tip a bit in the jar, don't you think? Arch, crazy dealer quoted me 26 US for pre-owned 15202. Crazy. Crazy. I don't know. 15202. It's a great... They were always dear. They wouldn't... I don't know if you're going to double your money from what they are now. I mean, AP. I really hate AP. I don't fucking like them. I don't give a fuck what Rudy says. They're a bitch to own. AP is very delicate. Now, Pav, if you're asking me about Daytonas, fuck, man. You need to tip. It's called Super Chat. I can't just fucking answer these questions. You can't. AP servicing prices. Yes, thanks, Stephen. Stephen K's a loyal fucking super chatter. He's a good guy. He's good. Yeah, so I gotta tell you guys, that's why I'm a frustrated classic car collector. I wish I had some classic cars. The $2 super chat, John Rebick, give me a $500 range of what Archie pay JLC. Archie JLC 1558421. Let's have a look here. This is the Master Control Automatic with the moon phase. Joma Shop has this watch here for 11,281. Actually, no, they got it for... This is the Meteorite one. This is the Meteorite one. So what does it say? Let's have a look, guys. Come on, guys. Work with me, not against me. Work with me, not against me. I'll just call this up. Here we go. Where is it here? Hello, guys. It's coming. Just bear with me. Here we go. Just having a look at the JEWELLERY site, and what we see here is this is what it is. It is the over 4 billion years of history on your wristwatch, thanks to the dial made of meteorite stone. Oh, okay. Master calendar with its steel. The model will delight all lovers of highly refined, yada, yada, yada. Meteorite dial. Let's have a look. The meteorite dial is clad in stone, originating from a meteorite discovered in Sweden that fell to Earth some 800,000 years ago. Yada, yada, yada. I suppose it's cool. It is cool. It is 39 mil. It's got the JEWELLERY 866/1 movement. Date, hour, minute, day, month, moon phase, seconds. Yeah, that's cool. And on chrono, they're going for about 9:1. Yeah, that's an interesting piece there. That's very, very interesting indeed. Nice watch that. I do like that watch indeed there. What do I think of it? I think it's amazing. I'd love it. I don't know whether I really want the meteorite version as opposed to the non-meteorite version. I probably would just get the standard version. I think that's just my opinion. I don't think it's the end of the world. I think that's a beautiful combo deal. It's a triple date. A triple date with I think it's a great I almost bought one of those. I almost bought one of those a number of years ago. Hi Archie, I'm from Romania and we can't purchase super chat. Okay. Yeah, PayPal's fine, Mike. That's okay. Where's Clyde? Oh, well, I just woke up. I don't know where Clyde doesn't do these shows every day. I just woke up and thought I'd start. I sent him a text, but he didn't come back. He's probably busy. That's okay. People don't have to come on my show all the time here. So I got to say, I think that's a great watch. I really do love. I really do love. Oh, Mike Blake has sent me a video. This is the Petrolicious, the Ferrari 27. Other simple but important shot here, and that's 27. The 275. The 275. I love that. That's the GTB 275 GTB. Yeah, I love classic cars. I love petrol. I'll have a look at that later. Thank you. So yeah, that's kind of how I've been going there. I do really like the watches. I do like the watches. I love the watches. I love the watches. I do love. I love the watches. What am I going to get next? Well, here's a question for you guys in the audience. So, you know, my collection rules are one brand per watch. Okay, so I got Patek. I've got JEWELLERY. I got my Explorer 2 Rolex, Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. I got my Breguet Type 20, IWC Ingenieur. I got a Tudor coming, Tudor Black Bay Heritage, and I got a Breitling Super Ocean Heritage coming. What's another brand I could get? I want to keep it below $5,000. What could I get? I'm thinking maybe Grand Seiko, but after Grand Seiko, I'm thinking what else could I get there? Did Archie lose weight? We're going to reboot that, Jung. We're going to reboot it. We're going to reboot. Steve, Max Matcher in Sydney for a service. Okay. Rex, I can pronounce it any way I like when I own one of them. Patek. Who gives a fuck? I just woke up. I woke up. If you own one, you can pronounce it any way you like. Okay, now the other thing is too, the other rule is it's got to have a non-ETA movement. No shitter movements. So Mont Blanc is a joke. Blank Pan, that under no. Grand Seiko. Well, I am looking at a Grand Seiko. Yes, that's a good point. Stop buying. Well, only one brand, one per brand. Gerard Piragay. Fuck that stuff soft. A tag. See the tag. The problem with tag is they use ETA Valjoux movements. My Clive is there. Hey Clive, Minotaur Wrangler. Konnichiwa, bitches. Yes. Hey Clive, you're welcome to come on. I sent you the link. You know that, don't you? I sent you the link. Pants or no pants? I just weren't. You know, I've just woke up. This is Clive's in the house. FP Jaune. No, it's got to be under 5,000. You can't get an FP Jaune for that. Rambler. Going to a conference in a sec. Okay, Clive, that's okay. Archie, add a Seiko Prasad. Well, I'm adding a Grand Seiko, I hope. Clive Hype. Agreed. One brand per watch is okay, but you need one shitter per collection. Okay. I got the Tissot. Mike, I already got the fucking Tissot. I got the Tissot, Mike. Monaco. Grand Seiko Snowflake. Yep, go for it and get a Lange. No, it's got to be under 5 because I'm, you know. Oh, Glass Hoot Original, maybe. Just got out for the bath. You don't want me to cry on camera right now. A Tutini? No. Cartier. Tag Monaco. The problem is it's using a Everyday Grail, a Patek 3940. I love the 3940. A bit expensive. Dornblue. Yes, actually, there's some of those German watches are fucking gorgeous. But I tried to do a deal with the distributor, and the cunt didn't respond back to me, so he can go fuck himself. Get a Zenith Chrono. Yeah, that could be a good way. I'd buy Archie's tissue to give my grandma, who bought me a shitter watch. Yes. Tag Monaco rules. I just got one. Yeah, that is a cool watch, that. Archie has to figure out how to spruik some Seiko shitters. Another Rolex 16.6. Now, I've one brand per watch. I've got the Explorer 2, so I can't get another Rolex. Archie's wristwatch check. I'm wearing the IWC Ingenua, and I'm fiddling with my hands the JEWELLERY Reverso Grand Date. Cartier Basculant. I had a Cartier Basculant. Cartier Basculant. Yes. Basculant. I'm just having a mental block. What the fuck? Cartier Basculant. I remember that model, but that's the one that flips, isn't it? I had that. I remember. I had that watch. The Cartier. Let me just. I don't know why I got a mental block. It's. Oh yeah, it's the flipping one. Yep. Fine. Yep, I had that. The best entry level Omega Speedmaster, Man on the fucking Moon. Don't you watch the show? Bulgari. I can't buy Bulgari. Come on, get serious. Nomos. What else is there? Get a Cartier to complement your Patek and JLC. Vulcan. I don't know about a Vulcan. I just traded my 5196 for a. That's stupid. Come on, Dan. That's ridiculous. Doxer. $5 super chat. Hello, Clive. Boulevard. No, fuck the Boulevard. Doxer. Thai Arch. I got Breitling Super Ocean Heritage Black after your review. Thank you. I've actually got a new one coming. I got a Breitling Super Ocean Heritage 2 coming. It's a bit of a sneaky. I'm actually getting another one, okay? I can't live without it. It's a fucking great watch. I reckon it's ultimate bang per buck for the money. Audemars has a perpetual calendar in the 15 or less range. 36 mil. Yes, that's true. That's you know what the fucking thing would cost to service, but yeah, you are right. I actually did consider that. Still a little bit expensive. You can get it for under 10 US, okay? A Bostock. I'll give you 5 US to call. What else is Casio? No, best first Patek. Like the Calatrava line and the Nautilus, I reckon a 5196 is the best first Patek. Man on the fucking Moon. I love it when he screams that. Thank you so much there. Blank Pan Air Command. I'm not really cool. The blank pans don't do much for me. Dylan has a Gucci Timeless. Gucci's a shitters. I don't even know who Dylan is. Dan, Vostok. Okay. So, you know, there are some very interesting suggestions there. I want to keep the Archie Luxury channel current and new. No point talking about ridiculously expensive wristwatches. There's no point. I gotta relate to my fans, the audience, and talk about shit that they really like there. They really like. I want to talk about shit that they really like. So that's what I'm thinking of. That's what I am thinking of there. It's yeah. That's what I'm thinking, guys. Yeah. So I don't know what to say, guys. I'm just waking up. I really need a coffee. I want to have a coffee, guys. I really do want to have a coffee. I really want to have a coffee. Get Don on and ask him what to get. Yeah, I've already sent the link to Don. Archie, you're still considering a trip to Baselworld. I think it's going to be cancelled. I don't think it's going to happen. $2. We got Mark Thatcher, Monaco reissue caliber 11 or caliber 12. Ooh, very good point. Big boy. Buy a new suit. Let's have a look. This is an interesting question. The Monaco, the Steve McQueen country. I do love the Monaco. I do. The caliber 11, the Tag Heuer Monaco caliber 11. I do love it. And they've also got the caliber 12, which it had the slightly, well, the caliber 12 and 11, the crown is on different sides. Okay, that's the easiest way to work it out there. He's asking me, I think he's asking me which one to go for. I think I could really love a Monaco, particularly with that blue dial. They're a fucking sexy as sin watch. They're very fucking sexy. They are a very fucking cool wristwatch. £2 super chat. Buy a new suit. Satin Deville. Mark Thatcher there. Yeah, that's a very interesting point, Mark. I'm gonna actually, let's have a look at these. I gotta tell you, I do have a love for the Monaco. I do. The home of Tag Heuer and vintage collectors and vintage Heuer collectors. Actually, Clivey's a bit of a he's got a few Heuers. Look at that a square chronograph. First came out in the mid-70s. That's right. The square Monaco, rather reproducing a simile of the historic Monaco model. They developed a new dial design. Even when the McQueen blue dial was launched in 03, we had the right color scheme, but as you can see below, the smallest details. Okay, yeah, they changed a few. So these are the 1969 Heuer 11. This is the Heuer Monaco 1133B. That's what it looks like. Oh, and these are the evolution. Look at this, is fucking. Which one do I prefer? Well, aesthetically, just aesthetics, I reckon the 11, the caliber 11 probably looks the best. But I'd settle for anything. I think they are gorgeous. Look at this. This Heuer Monaco. Fucking beautiful. Look at this watch. Fuck, they're beautiful. Look, I just love this bluey dial. I do. That is a fucking. I mean, I don't care what anyone says there. This is fucking beautiful. I would love to get. Let's have a look how much these fuckers are going for. So, what do we do? Do we go chrono 24? Let's go chrono 24. Where's the fucking chrono gone now? Come on, baby. Here we go. Chrono 24. Let's search on chrono 24. That's the best way to see these. Let's go. We'll search from low to high. One in Japan, 3.5. Fuck, that's cheap. That's not bad at all. Look at that. That's an amazing piece. I don't know what to say. It's that's not too bad, is it? Very cool watch. Very cool. Okay, sorry about that there. Yeah, I quite love that watch. That watch is beautiful. Very beautiful. Okay, so I guess get back to super chats now. Here we go. Sorry about that, guys. I was just dreaming. I love these, considering these different choices here. So I reckon a caliber 11, yeah. Monaco reissue 11, definitely. Okay, what else we got here? We got some questions coming in. We've got a super chat from Stephen K. Opinion on Breguet Type 21 with the slate dial. Look, I myself, the Breguet Type 21, I prefer the 20 because it's the original size it's the original size, okay? I think that is cooler. The Type 21 itself there is, how do I put this? I just think it loses something. I think it loses something that the Type 20 has. Okay, that's just my opinion. I don't like the way they did the 21. I think I like the steel bezel. For starters, I like the fact that 20 you can get as a no date. I don't particularly like the way the bezel was done on the 21. Also, the 21 and the 20 have got three eyes. And hello, Mark. How are you, my friend?
Hello there, Paul. How are you today?
Hey, I'm not too bad at all. Thank you so much for joining the channel. Thank you very, very much indeed, Mark. I just was telling a story today that I'm really a frustrated classic car collector. Okay, I love classic cars. I've been reading classic car magazines since I was in grade 11. I always loved classic cars. But my dad always said to me, don't buy a used car. Don't buy an old. They're trouble. They're trouble. They spill oil everywhere. They're trouble.
Wait, so can you just clarify one little thing for me?
Sure.
I'm confused. You made it to grade 11, did you?
Yes.
All right. Just shocking. Anyway, what kind
I wasn't doing well. I wasn't doing well.
I made it all the way to grade 16. We have, yeah, like 16.
No. I mean, no, this was in year 11. I started reading classic car magazines. I finished grade 12, and I went to university.
Me too.
I didn't pass. I just went there to socialize with a better class of bitches. A better class of bitches. You know this?
When we're done
and
with
then I discovered the feminist movement.
Yeah.
See, I thought the feminist movement was just an excuse to have unshaved armpits.
That's what I was going to say.
But those bitches have got some really nasty opinions.
Did they have their way with you?
Actually, I've got to be completely honest with you. The university I went to, even if you had sexual thoughts, you'd be charged with rape.
Well, that's then you fit in with the times today.
Oh, very much so there. It's very quickly, just let me finish the super chat. I don't particularly like the Type 21. I like the Type 20 because it's classic. It goes to the original feelings of it there. Now, Randy Havens, I got a $10 super chat. In the past 4 months, I feel that Rolexes, APs, Langes, Pateks, and even Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grand Dates have gone up substantially. Is it a bad time to buy, or are prices going to rise further? It depends on the watch. Certain brands are soft as dog shit. They had a bunch of investment bankers. bought Breguet. You agree with me on this, Marky? You back me up here. Bunch of fucking money tycoons. These are like the mafia taking over a business, okay? They've taken over. These are investment bankers, hedge fund managers. Okay, that sounds all cool and trendy, right? They want a fucking return, so they're going to mess up. They're going to prostitute the brand to get money. They want to sell. They want profit. They want their percent. So my opinion is someone like Breguet is doomed. When an investment banking firm takes over a business, fuck me dead. It's all geared. It's all...
You want to go on the air with Archie Luxury, Paul Pluta? I've got, hold on, one quick second, Paul. I've got now, Dennis. You're completely inaudible. You are safe. No one is going to be able to track you down. But I'm on YouTube Live with Paul Pluta. Paul, I'm trying to. Well, Dennis, what do you say? Can we send you a link? You want audio in? I can audio you. You'll be invisible. Nobody will know. All right, let me call you when Paul and I are off. I'll call you back. All right. Okay, bye. Well, that was
Dennis. He doesn't want to come on.
That was Dennis Patton. You know, he's wily and cagey. And remind me when we're done here with the cars and the bitches, I will tell you about the first time that I met Dennis Patton.
Yes, I would like to hear this. I love Dennis, by the way.
I thought you loved
Dennis. Sorry?
I thought you loved gay men.
I do. I love a number of things there, you know.
Dennis is a wonderful guy. Yeah.
He's very cool.
Well, we should tell the punters we're talking about the elusive internet horological god, Dennis Patton. Dennis Van Patton.
Yes, I have sold him. I sold him a watch years ago.
Yeah, he wants his money back.
Okay. Actually, I sold it to him. It was quite cheap. It was an Omega Seamaster Quartz.
Was it?
It's only cheap. I would actually buy it back, to be honest with you. That's quite a cool watch.
He has traveled the world looking for vintage goodness, but you didn't really finish the story about your classic cars. And also, there was a super chat that I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, the $10 one. I'm just doing that now.
There was a $5 one.
The $5. Oh, Stephen K. $5. The only feminist movement should be the one they do with their hips. Yes, yeah, that's exactly it. Thank you so much there. Look, I think prices in the last couple of months, I got to be honest with you, certain brands have gone up, but what's happened is certain brands are soft. However, these prices are not being reflected in the dealerships. Panerai is very soft, but you want to buy a Panerai, you don't see any savings. You want to sell a Panerai, they will fucking gut and slaughter you in the dealership. They are just, certain brands have gone nasty. My honest opinion is, I think Seiko is complete bullshit. Rolex is complete bullshit. Rolex is a bunch of fucking, it's all a Ponzi scam there. What they're doing is, Rolex is, they are manipulating the market, okay? They are controlling supply, manipulating the market. That's what's going on, Sunshine. And it's all a Ponzi scheme. It's all a Ponzi scheme, okay?
I was in a Rolex dealer day before yesterday, and there was a big one, and there was not one single steel sports watch. There was like nothing in steel in the entire store. Zippo.
Do you expect me to believe that bullshit? Do you expect me to fucking believe that?
They had nothing. There was giant holes in their inventory. They had.
No, I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying, do you honestly expect me to believe that Rolex hasn't engineered this scam? Because it's like this around the world.
I do believe it, and I think that it's not good for the authorized dealer either. They want to sell watches. They just got nothing to sell right now. They had the only sort of interesting thing they had was they had a gold. Had a ceramic Daytona gold on the on what is that rubber strap that the oyster flat strap. They had that.
Fuck that.
Yeah, and they had it in the window. But that is the only sports watch they had, and they had nothing in steel. That was in gold.
I don't know what to say. It's just all fucked. But I got to tell you, I was a frustrated classic car lover, right? So I only have bought new cars. I was always scared of buying used cars because my dad was so unmechanical. He said, don't buy used cars. It's trouble. You're buying trouble. So eventually down the track, I decided to buy a used prestige car. Okay?
That's what I did.
I bought an Italian car called an Alfa Romeo.
Those are fun, but they break a lot, and you need to marry an Italian mechanic if you're going to keep an Alfa Romeo.
Yes, and that lived up to its name. I can tell you this now. It was absolute fucking. It was like dating a supermodel who's on crack cocaine. Okay, There were times when it was amazing, and there were times that were fucking awful. The happiest day in an alpha owner's life is when he buys it and sells it.
Second happiest day is the day he sells it. It was like that with a horse. You know, other than my children, the second happiest day I ever had was the day I bought my horse. But the happiest day was the day I sold him.
Tell me this. I got to tell you, if I had... Look, the problem is in Australia too, cars are so fucking ridiculously priced. They're super expensive here. Like cars in Australia... Like say, I love Porsches. I love a Boxster. You know the Porsche Boxster? Yeah. You know what a 5-year-old Boxster would cost me in Australia? A 5-year-old Boxster, low Ks with service history. I'm not going to get much change out of 50,000 Aussie dollars. That's like 40 US.
Yeah, your import taxes are nuts. I'll look it up for you real quick. Let me look it up.
A 911. If I want a 911, I'd love a 911. That's the holy grail of Porsches, right?
I have a Porsche Macan. That's what I drive. And today I took my Porsche Macan to a farm because, you know, I'm like a dog trainer and a dog farmer. And I don't have, like, it's the only car I have, you know, that Macan. So I took it to the farm to pick up like straw, right? And, you know, and it's kind of a small vehicle, so I can only fit like 2 bales of straw in this thing at a time. There's straw blowing. I have to take it to the car wash and have it all like sucked out because there's straw everywhere. Well, the farmer comes up to me and he's in overalls and he sees me trying to get like straw into this thing and he goes, "Mighty fancy car for straw, huh?" And then he just walks away. I was like, I felt like such a homosexual at that moment. He was, you know, very manly.
Why didn't you put a tarp down before you put the straw in?
I totally did. There was a tarp down, but like, you know, just straw goes everywhere. It's like trying to carry a dead hooker rolled up in a carpet. You know, it's going to be a little messy. You can contain it, but still.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair point.
911. Okay, hang on. I can get you. Oh no, this is expensive. How about a 2013 Porsche 911 Carrera with only 22,000 miles? But that's $60,000 US.
That's a bargain. You know what? You know the 911 start at 200,000 in Australia, right, for a new one.
Yeah. All right. Well, then that is a bargain. Let's see what else we got. Do you have you ever seen the? Oh, have you seen the Panamera for a 4-door?
Yeah, that's like a luxury sedan. They're fucking gorgeous.
They're like an S-Class Mercedes. They are beautiful. I had to take my Macan in once, and they kept it for a couple of days, and they sent me home in a Panamera. So I pulled out. Yeah, and I pulled over to see, like, I couldn't stand it. I had to look. I pulled the sticker out of the vehicle, you know, because they have the sticker in the glove compartment. They gave me $100,000 US, $100,000 loaner car. I was like, damn. Okay, 2011 Porsche Panamera with only 19,000 miles is $44,000 US.
See, what I'm thinking about doing is I'd like to come to America, buy a super fantastic car, and go across, do Route 66 and stay in America for 6 months.
Well, you know,
Dr. Bruce Porsche Macan is an overweight Cayman. Thank you.
No,
Dr. Bruce, just very quickly there, Dr. Bruce bought my Breitling Super Ocean, the black dial one. He's bought that.
I like that one.
It's being posted tomorrow, Dr. Bruce.
I saw that. I was a little sad because I like the black dial one.
I've got another one coming. By the way, I've got another one coming. Okay. Oh, nice. Is this Avenger? Is it Avenger?
No, this is a Super Ocean. No, Steel Fish. It's a Steel Fish.
Yeah. They're amazing. They go like 600 meters, don't they?
500 meters. Yeah, and it's got holes in it. You know, yeah, it's 500 meters. So, and I just I bought it fairly cheap, so if I got to sell it, I can't. But I don't know. I'm getting into the Breitlings, Archie. I'm getting into the Breitlings. And not only that, I leave in 5 days. I leave for 3 weeks in Bangers.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm like really kind of racking my brain about like what watch I got to take like 2 because I have to rotate. You know, you can't wear one watch for 3 weeks. So.
I would take 1 Rolex and 1 Breitling. That's what I would do.
That's the plan, man. So I think I'm going to take this, and this is 44 millimeters, so I don't want to take the Deep Sea James Cameron. So I'm thinking,
no, too big.
How about the pre-ceramic, the 16600? How about that one?
Good idea. That's the Sea Dweller.
It is with the aluminum
pre-ceramic Sea Dweller. It's a pre-ceramic Sea Dweller.
Exactly.
Wonderful piece, beautiful classic piece. Just make sure the safe is secure, because
I'll tell you how I test the seals.
Dennis asked me to send him a link. I've sent him a link, but I don't know what's going on there. But anyhow, that doesn't matter. We're having a good chat. Anyhow, me and you are having a great chat here. I like chatting with Marky. Mark, I wanted to ask you, so I'm a very frustrated classic car owner. Cars are so fucking expensive in Australia. You had no fucking idea. I'm going to go on to something called car sales. That is like our auto trader. Like our auto trader. I want to show you what a fucking ripoff cars are in Australia, because I don't think you'd believe it. I really don't think you would believe it. What's the maximum mileage you would buy a car with? What's the maximum mileage? I'll do that
in 1 second, but first you have a super chat from Stephen K, and it says, Mark, I'll send Archie an email with my details. Email me and I'll arrange a VIP escort through immigration customs for you. Oh, over in I think he means Thailand. Well, Stephen, thank you for that. But the thing is that I'm flying business class, so when you, I know it's
Jesus Christ, life is tough with the dog trainer. Jesus Christ, and I thought all you did was teach dogs not to shit in your fucking house. My God, business class? What the fuck is the world coming to when a dog trainer, you teach animals not to shit on the rug, is flying business class? What the fuck is that? Are you a doctor, a lawyer, a captain of industry? No, I teach animals with the brain of a 2-year-old not to shit on a rug. I can't believe it. Fuck me dead. Fuck me dead. First world bullshit. It could only happen in America. Fuck me dead.
Steven, so here's the thing. When you fly business class, they give you a premier immigration customs line, and they just kind of let you through pretty quick. So thank you for your kind offer. But I think
Stephen K, I will take you up. I fly LCC, low cost carriers. I would definitely take you up on that as soon as I get some money. I'm actually a bit broke at the moment. Marky, I want to say something to you, Mark. So I had the Alfa Romeo. That was such a bad experience. I owned it for 2 years. Yeah. So I bought it secondhand. It was 5 years old with 60,000 kilometers. That's 40,000 miles on the clock.
That's pretty low mileage. The problem was you bought an Alfa Romeo. What year was it?
2000. I bought it in 2005. And then I had it for 2 years. I put in 13,000.
Yeah, that's painful.
$2 super chat, Stephen K. No worries, Mark. I'm with the UN. Fuck me dead. Stephen K., I might need you to help me when I get stuck in another bar. Okay? Stephen K., please send me your details. So anyhow, what happened then was the Alfa Romeo.
He says he's with the UN in Bangkok. I think that's actually a tug and rub bar in Soy Cowboy, right?
Yes. Okay. Now, Marky.
Yes.
So I've had this car for 2 years. I bought it for 25,000. I sold it for 13,000. And I also put in another 15,000 into it.
Yeah, so you were down like $27,000 on that deal.
Yes. That's and the dealer said to me, "But it's so beautiful. It's so stylish."
You know what? That's like a hooker that gives you like syphilis and gonorrhea all at once. Doesn't matter how stylish she is.
Exactly. It just sucks. So I got to tell you just very quickly. I just want to show you very, very quickly there, because I know you guys, you love your cars, don't you?
Well, we do. I'm not like a car. I'm not educated on cars the way Don Haynes is, who drives
fuck Don Haynes. Don Haynes bores the fuck out of me. Don't fucking mention his name on the channel. They don't fucking do that. Okay, that's great. Fucking. Yeah. Now I want to show you. This is what Porsches cost in Australia. I want to show you Porsches.
Damn.
And I want to show you. This is what they cost. So let's have a look here. We're searching low to high. Okay, low to high. Because we want bang per buck Porsches. I want a Porsche with no more than 40,000 miles. 60. What the fuck is this stupid thing here? Kilometers. I want maximum of 60,000. What's the maximum miles you'll buy a car with?
I don't. You know, it depends on. Look, okay, that depends. So if it was Japanese,
yeah,
You know, if it was a Japanese car, highly rated, modern, I don't know, you could buy one of those with like 80,000 miles and be okay with it.
But a German car? What's the maximum for a German car?
Yeah, 40,000.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking too. Here we go. Look at this. A Porsche Boxster 2001. 40. That's kilometers. So that's about 40,000 miles. 45,000.
Yeah, I don't
that's
know.
That's the cheapest. Sorry?
I don't know how much that is here.
40 US.
Yeah, but how much is that? In other words, how much?
40,000 US.
Yeah, but you're looking at Australian, and so what would we pay for?
It's $1 Australian. One US is 80 Australian cents.
Yeah,
it's 20% different.
I understand the conversion. I'm just saying the value of that car in the United States versus Australia. What's the differential there? Is it a lot more where you are?
Well, that car in America would be $5 grand, 10 grand.
Okay, that I didn't know. That's what I didn't know.
Look at how much these fucking things are. Look, this is for a 2014. That's a 4-year-old car. It's a fucking 4-year-old car with 20. This has got 10,000. It's a low kilometer one. They want 100,000. It's 80,000 US. 80,000 for a 4-year-old Boxster. You tell me if that's good value, okay?
You could probably get it new here for that. You know, I have a friend named Mark who lives in Melbourne, and he was over. This is some few years ago, but he was over here, and he entered a raffle in Las Vegas, and he won a '57 Chevy red convertible. It was a beautiful car.
Fuck. What happened? What did he do with it?
Well, they offered him $80,000 US to just buy it out. Like when you win a car in Vegas, you don't have to take the car; they'll give you the money. And
so what happened?
He put it on a boat. He drove it across Route 66, and then he put it on a boat and he sent it back to Australia. And he paid all the import duty. I think he had about $20,000 worth of import duties that he had to pay. But he brought it home to Melbourne.
Mark, who's Mark?
My friend Mark, who lives in Melbourne.
I don't know Mark, do I? You want to see what a 911 costs in Australia?
You don't know.
You want to see what a 911 costs in Australia?
Let's have a look. I'm chatting with Dennis at the same time, seeing if I can get him on. But keep going.
This is what a 911 costs. Look at this. $500,000. Okay, here's a GT3, 2000 GT3. It's an old car, 150.
Maybe there's a business. I could send them into you. You could, you know.
You drive on the wrong side. You drive on the wrong side.
You drive on the wrong side. You know what? Actually, when I visited my friend Mark in Melbourne, and he lent me his BMW, it killed me because I had to shift. We have our shifter. You know, we shift our stick shifts with the right hand, with the right hand.
Yeah.
And we use our left foot on the clutch, and it was like the opposite there in Australia, and it nearly killed me. And you guys have those what do you call them, roundabouts? Which we barely have those here. So it's a miracle that I survived driving in Australia. But I did.
Look at this here. Look at this here. This is 100,000. This is 18-year-old car for $100,000. 80,000 US.
That's stupid. But what do houses go for? Especially in Melbourne, it went crazy. I don't think you can buy a house in Melbourne for under $1 million anymore.
Look, there are shitter areas. There is shitter areas. It depends where you live. It depends what suburb you're in, right? Where John Suckerhorn lives, that's about 800, 700, 800. Okay? It depends where you live. I've been to areas where new developments, like 30 Ks out from the city, 40 Ks out, they're like 300, 400,000. But you're so far out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got a big commute in. You know, the thing that amazed me about Australia, as from the point of view of an American, is, you know, there's all these cities which are big and beautiful and developed and very well populated. But when you drive outside of a city, especially along the coastline, there's
nothing there.
Nothing. Like there's not. And you look down. You're driving on these cliffs. You look down onto the beach. Not a footprint on the sand. Not a 7-Eleven. Not a T-shirt shop. Not a human. Your country is empty. Like
now, I got to tell you this. Now, let me tell you this. Okay, I'm telling you, Porsches and BMWs. Cars are expensive in Australia, right? But listen to this. We get free. Let me do the equation in your head. Okay, so houses are expensive. Like I live in Brisbane. That's the 3rd largest capital city. Sydney's #1, Melbourne's #2, Brisbane is #3, okay? In Brisbane, you can buy a 3-bedroom basic house for $500,000. Unit prices have fallen through the floor because there's an oversupply. You can buy a nice unit for 300,000 to 400,000 in like close 5Ks from the city. Okay, for an apartment, a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, lock-up garage. So the other thing is I wanted to say to you is we have free medical. If you're sick, say you need heart surgery, even if you've got private cover, it's so subsidized by the public system. All it does is you pay virtually nothing. You pay virtually nothing for health, for really good health care. We also have reasonably good state schools. Like if you go to university in Australia, right? Yes, you've got to pay some money back. We call it HEX, right? But you don't have student loans like you do. It's not 30 grand a year.
Yeah. Do you have, is there like the thing that the people here say that against socialized medicine is like if you need a hip or if you need a knee that you could wait like years, if you need dialysis that you could be waiting for years and die, you know, waiting on a list somewhere to get that surgery. Is that true there, or can you like?
Okay, I'll tell you the answer to that. Okay, it is true. You can wait, right? Yeah. However, if you've got private, so let me say this: say you want full private. My old man, he wants full private cover, right? Because the government covers so much, for him to have full private is only a couple $1,000s a year. Do you understand? And he's an old guy ready to die. He's 69.
You know what
if for a couple $1,000s a year, he's got instant access to surgery. He can be booked in this afternoon to have fucking stuff done.
Listen, there's something very. I'm not the guy to defend our system because I don't understand it. I am paying 11.
I'm not defending it. I'm not defending nothing. Well, no, I'm just telling you.
Listen, I got to be honest. I think there's something terribly wrong with the American medical system. We have wonderful medical technology and care here. It's here. It's good. The problem is, you know, there's a few problems. One is the cost. So I'm paying $1,100 per month for coverage, which does not give me 100% coverage. It gives me 80% coverage until I have spent $7,500 out of pocket, and then it'll start kicking in at 100%.
So can I ask you something? If I don't get too personal with you, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Does that mean you need to keep virtually $10,000 up your sleeve at any time?
Well,
to cover this, don't you?
That brings me to, oh well, no, you don't need to pay it all at once, but my grand total medical.
How much do you keep as emergency money? How much do you keep up your sleeve as savings?
In this country, you better have like 6 months' salary squirreled away.
That's what you do, is it?
Yeah, I do.
Like you can have that in shares and that there. You can have it in stock market or that there, but you've got 6 months you can access.
You just need to be able to like get your hands on it. Now, mind you, most people don't and can't do that, right? Which was going to be my second point, and that is when people in this country get hit with unexpected medical expenses, a lot of them have to do bankruptcies just to get rid of the medical bills. So there are, and not only that, but if your credit goes to shit due to medical bills, creditors look at that differently than if you've stiffed other kinds of bills. So
they do. They look at it differently.
Yeah, they do. But it is entirely possible to be.
Are they more in favor? Are they more favorably or worse favorably?
Well, they look at it. If you have credit dings due to medical bills, they do not look upon that as badly as if you stiff the phone company. So you're better off stiffing the hospital, not paying the hospital, than you are paying the
if you're young and healthy, America is great because you can buy Porsches cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you're old and decrepit and you don't care about cars, Australia is better.
If you break a bone in your foot and you need a surgery to have a pin put in it, you could be spending $50,000 here. You know, my father is the last Jew who the Nazis got at Normandy, and I'm going to tell you how that happened. He went for this was like 4 years ago. He went for the 75th anniversary of Normandy, and he was on the beach at Normandy, and he fell into an 88mm German gun emplacement at the age of like 80, and he broke both of his arms in multiple places. And I had to fly over there to Paris. He was in Bayeux, France, which is this little podunk town, right inland from the Normandy beach. He was in intensive care and hospital, and had surgery and pins and all sorts of. They put like coat hangers into his arm, and he was there for like 2.5 weeks. His entire
he had insurance. He had insurance, didn't he?
He had trip insurance, but he had to pay for all the surgery and all the hospitalization, and then when he got back to the States, the trip insurance reimbursed him. But here's my point: 2 weeks in hospital over there, including the surgery and the intensive care unit and all the other crazy shit that they did for him. He charged it on his American Express card. The entire bill was 10 grand.
That's not too bad.
He would spend that in one day in the United States.
Yes, that's not terrible. The 10,000 is not terrible at all, is it?
No. Now, mind you, it was like, you should have seen that hospital. I called it like Pierre's hospital. There were like wires hanging out of the wall. Bayou, France people do not, anybody traveling outside the United States, buy trip insurance because you are not covered otherwise. But the best deal, the most important part of that insurance, more expensive than the entire surgery and hospitalization, was the evacuation. Because he could not fly alone. He could not fly coach. So his insurance company flew an American nurse all the way to France, and that nurse booked him business class so that he would have a bed, and put him on IV, and they flew him from his hospital bed. Actually, what they did was they got him a limo so he could like lay out in the limo.
Fuck! Hey, this story's getting better and better.
Yeah, and so they put him like in this limo from the hospital in Bayeux, and then they drove him all the way to Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris, and that was about a 2-hour drive. And then they wheelchaired him onto the plane, put him in business class, so he had a lay-down bed. Once they got airborne, the nurse put him on IV, and then when they landed in Miami, he lives in Florida, where all Jews go to die. So... Well, Miami, Florida is like the,
you're right.
It's like the elephant graveyard for Jews, and the thing that worries me is I'm starting to hear the music in my head. I'm feeling the call. So anyway, but then they ambulanced him from the airport in Miami to his door, where the nurse who picked him up in France got him in bed and got him stable before leaving. And that evacuation cost more than the whole hospitalization did.
Yeah, I can imagine that. So tell me this, Mark. I think maybe in my case, I might be best, even though cars are fucking expensive here, I might be best to stay here for me.
Well, were you thinking about emigrating?
Yeah, cars are so cheap. I want a Porsche 911 for fuck's sake.
Yeah, but if you need a new kidney, you're basically fucked, because like over here, you have to sell one to get one, and that doesn't.
Yeah.
There are people here who are ruined financially. One round of chemotherapy will like ruin you. If you have an aging parent who needs to go into a nursing home, they literally have to spend all of their money, or they have to give it all to the government actually before they can go into a subsidized nursing home. Like,
oh fuck.
And not only that, but like they cannot divest themselves of that money unless they do it at least 3 years in advance, I think is the number, right? So if you've got a parent who's got to go into a nursing home, let's say they've got $300,000 or $400,000 worth of assets saved up, they can't give it to you. They have to give it to the government.
Oh, fuck me dead.
And if they gave it to you last year, they're going to take it back. Like they're going to come to you and they're going to like extract that out of you before your parent can get subsidized housing in a nursing home. So there's something very
dead. There's some very nasty shit going on there,
I'm gonna grab a Coke. I'll be right back.
Marky's grabbing a Coke. Thank you. Oh, you got a Coke. Oh, we got a nice fancy. What's this? What's this thing?
Actually,
what's this fancy?
I've just come back with a Perrier instead of.
Oh fuck! Could I have one too, please? They're fucking expensive. Fuck me dead. Teaching mutts not to shit on the rug is.
Costco. Okay, this is the Costco.
There's no difference. It's the same. It's the same. It's still a Perrier. Fuck me dead.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's the mini ones. The mini ones. You know how expensive those mini ones are?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to send a Perrier, a lovely scotch, or a pizza to Archie Luxury, Archie, tell them how they can do that.
Actually, I could fucking do a pizza at the moment. I had fucking horrible food yesterday.
Listen, real quick. I do want to hear about you. I want to hear about it, but how can I know the fans can send you
super chat or PayPal now? I mean, I can't believe you have a Porsche. I mean, I don't want to put you down because you're a very talented guy and I love you to death, right? But fuck me dead. You teach stupid animals to not shit on the floor.
I'm going to tell you a story.
Yes.
So this fellow calls me about his dog. And, you know, of course, among the things that it's doing is it's shitting on the floor. And I tell him my price, you know, for training this dog. And he's like, "Are you kidding? Like, no way. There's just," he was like a little angry about the price. So I said, "Hey, you know, no worries, but save my phone number if you want me. You know,
you change your mind, let me know."
Exactly. It was like, how much was it? I think it was $2,800. I quoted. Yeah. So I'm a high class dog trainer, right?
Sure, of course. Anyway, you're the best. You're the best. You're the Porsche 911 version of dog trainers.
Hey, listen. It's not about the money. It's my passion.
Okay.
Right?
No, it is.
It's my passion. So, I mean, to be honest, I trained dogs for like 20 years for a nonprofit for $500 a year. I mean, I really have paid my dues. You know,
you don't need to justify your high prices, Mark. I'm quite proud of you. Okay, keep going.
Cheers. Anyway, so I tell this guy, like, you know, $2,800 for the particular.
Yeah. You don't want him to shit anymore. You fucking pay the price or fuck off. Pay the price. I'm gonna have a Schweppes. I'm having a Schweppes. Schweppes mineral water.
So
cheers,
darling. He won't have it. So anyway, you know, usually I don't hear back from those people. But super chat. $2, Archie. No pizza.
Dr. Bruce, no pizza after 6. Yeah, Dr. Bruce is giving me weight loss tips. He says, don't eat 4 hours before you sleep. Thank you, Dr. Bruce.
What time is it?
Oh, it's only 10 in the morning. It's breakfast time.
Well, Dr. Bruce, if you send another $12, we could get the pizza and it'll be digested and pooped out before dinner, before breakfast.
Yeah, that's it.
And Paul, why do you want pizza at 10 o'clock in the morning? There's a problem. There's a problem there.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. So keep going with the story. I want to hear the story. This $2,800 quote you gave this fucker.
I'm going to recommend an egg white omelet. Anyway, okay. So the guy calls me back about 4 or 5 months later, and he's like, "How quick can I get my dog in?" And I remembered this guy. So I said, "What happened that all of a sudden you're coming back and, you know, you want in and you want it fast?
Yeah.
And you don't care about the money anymore." And he said, "Well, something happened." And I'm like, "All right, what happened?" He goes, "Well, I started gating my dog in the kitchen. You used like baby gates." So he was gating the dog in the kitchen because if the dog would like shit on the floor, at least the kitchen floor is easy to clean up, right? So this is a common American thing. It's, you know, shut the dog up in the kitchen until you get him house trained.
Yes.
So he goes, I'm kind of a OCD perfectionist, which I understand because if I get a scratch on a watch, I got to buff it out.
Yeah.
And he said the dog nibbled the corner of the cabinet. There's a molding on the corner of the cabinet, and he goes, it's maple. It's a custom cabinet, and she nibbled this corner molding. He said so. He called the cabinet maker to just redo that nibble. Every day he would look at that nibble, and it would make him crazy. So he called the cabinet maker, you know, to have a new maple piece made, right? And the cabinet maker comes out and takes a look and says, the problem is, I can do it, but to get it off, to get that molding off, we have to lift the granite countertops. So I need you to have the granite countertop lifted, then I can get in there, take that molding out, make a new one, put it in, and then the granite can go back down. So he had to call the countertop guys to come in and lift. He said it was one giant, enormous piece. He said because it was this big L-shaped thing, and he goes, usually
custom made, custom and expensive. Okay,
absolutely. And anyway, when they lifted it, it cracked. Yeah, and he said, you know, I'm not the kind of guy to have a seam. Like he goes, I would know it was there. I couldn't stand the nibble. How am I going to stand a seam? So he said,
"Fuck me, Dad! You know something? He shouldn't have a fucking dog. You know this? He should not have a fucking dog. You know this?"
I was pretty happy with that. I was pretty happy with that dog, and I was pretty happy with that nibble. So they had to lift it. So when they broke it, so it cost him, that nibble was a $10,000 US dollar, $10,000 nibble. That's what it cost him.
Why did he want the dog in the first place? Can I ask you that? I hate dogs. You know that?
Yeah, but that's because you're selfish. What you want instead is a Patek, You want like
okay? Let me tell you a story. Can I tell you a story that really? This is why I dislike pooches. Okay, I went over to one girlfriend's house.
Pooches. You dislike pooches only because your father wouldn't let you have one when you were young.
No, he wouldn't let me have one. I desperately wanted one. I wanted a border collie. I desperately wanted a border collie, like a lassie, but a white and black version of that.
You want to see mine?
No. No, I did see yours in your book.
Yeah, I've got. Well, I mean, yeah, I've got a border
collie.
collie.
I desperately wanted one, right? I begged my parents for a dog. No, they wouldn't get one. We had stupid cat. You know, cat's not the same.
Well, you know, the cat. Real briefly, I have to say the cat may just be the perfect pet because they eat out of one box and then they shit it right back into a different box. So that is a pretty easy to take care of pet right there.
Now I got to tell you seriously, I really wanted a anyhow. I went to this girlfriend's house. This is one in Japan, right? And it's fucking freezing.
Super chat.
Super chat.
$10 super chat.
I did send a bottle, but didn't hear back. Nothing. Was it good? Was it shit? Nothing. Thanks for. Oh, Mark, don't feel that way. I'm just Gilbert. I think I know the one he's talking about. I've actually been looking at this for the last couple of days.
Was that it, Gilbert? Is that what you said?
I think that was it, which is absolutely. This is fucking too good to drink. You know, this is expensive. This is like fucking. Yeah, it's single barrel select Jack Daniels. I mean, this is not fucking garbage. This is I'm just a bit scared to drink it because it's.
Gilbert, is that what you sent? Did you send the special edition Jack Daniels, Gilbert? You don't have to super chat that. Just answer in the comments.
You don't have to. You just let me know. But I that's very expensive. I normally drink. That's very beautiful stuff. I must admit, I'm going to really enjoy that. I'm savoring it. I'm savoring it when I got good news in my life. My life's turned to shit, by the way, Mark. Everything's gone bad. I'm not spending anything on travel. Well, every cent I've got. Listen to this, Mark. This is my scope. I'm either going to do YouTube full time. I want to be successful like you. I want to buy a third-hand Porsche. I want to have a dog that doesn't shit in the lounge room. Anyhow, I went to this girlfriend's house. Let me tell you the story. I went there. It was like 0 degrees outside because it's snowing and cold. So the dog has to stay inside. This dog shits all over the lounge room. And what her answer was, she used to put a nappy on this dog.
Yeah, well, that'll do it. By the way, real quick, Clive is in the comments, and he's saying regarding that Jack Daniels, he said you're going to flip it.
No, I never flip gifts. That's not really good. But I've got to tell you the truth.
Gilbert says yes, that's the whiskey. So, Archie, would you just?
It's Tennessee. It's Tennessee. It's Tennessee. Single barrel. That's fucking. That's a beautiful gift, don't you think? Is that a beautiful gift or not? What do you think? If someone gave you that. That's fucking.
I need you to look directly into the camera and give Gilbert a very sincere thank you.
Gilbert, thank you so much. My parents didn't give me. My dad didn't give me as an expensive bottle of Plonk for my 40th. So Gilbert has sent me something very special, and I really do appreciate it. I'm going to really savor this. This is the good stuff. This is the good stuff.
All right.
Thank you so much, Gilbert. Now, I got to tell you this. So anyhow, her dog, she used to put a nappy on this fucking dog, and it shits everywhere. And the lounge room is intertwined with the kitchen. And I can't think of anything more disgusting than dog shit all over the floor. She used to put the dog into a little cage, but it was only a small little cage. I thought, oh, fuck me, Dad, this poor dog. Then I'm cleaning up dog shit. I'm thinking to myself, what the hell have I done wrong in my life to be visiting this middle-aged woman who I thought was, it's a long story. I thought she was rich. I mean, how do you ask women if they're rich or not? See, so what I did is I tried to find a woman who lived by the beachside. You know, the beachside rich. You know what I mean? If they got a house near the beach that's paid off, I thought, hey, this means she could have moolah. Sorry, you understand what I'm saying. It's a Jewish joke. You wouldn't understand.
I did hear you, but I'm wondering why you didn't just simply go with the sniff test.
And guess what happened then? I find out she's got a house right near the beach, right next to the tsunami wall. Like real estate next to the beach is really cheap because the tsunami wall will rock you out.
Super chat.
You drank the whiskey I sent you, you lousy son of a bitch. Yes, that was delicious, Michael Ferguson. Michael Ferguson's very, very loyal.
What did he send? Did you thank him?
I did think. Which one did you send? Was it the Ardberg Michael Ferguson or was it the Chivas Regal?
I think I might have it. I think we're actually enabling your.
Oh, did he send me the blue? Did he send me the blue? I can't. I've still got that on my shelf. That's kept. I'm going to save it.
Was it Johnny Walker Blue? That's some good shit.
Oh, I've got. Look. So anyhow, I want to tell you the story. What the fuck could I do with this old dog? A dog that was on its 13-year-old dog that's shitting on the floor. What can I do? I just felt so bad about the whole thing. I thought, oh, fuck me, Dad. What am I doing?
Well,
sorry.
I recommend you go with a cork. The cork.
What do I do with the cork?
Cork. What do you think you do with the cork?
I don't know.
I've got another. You want to know what to do about everything? Read my book. It's called "Let Dogs Be Dogs." I'll wave a copy.
You know, I decided to find someone without a dog that might be easier.
You decided what?
I decided to find a lady without a dog. And the other thing is, too, I didn't realize just because it's beachside house doesn't mean it's valuable because it's next to a tsunami wall.
You know, Clive has texted me and he says, teaching dogs not to shit the floor, easy. Teaching AC3 to answer super chats, priceless.
Yes. Now, I got to say, Marky, tell me this, really. I think Australia might be better for me. I got free medical, free university, well, heavily subsidized.
I don't think you could be ruined by like one little tiny medical misadventure could ruin you here.
You serious?
Yeah, sure could. Because if you don't have health insurance, you get saddled with $100,000 worth of medical bills. You have to declare bankruptcy. The funny thing is regarding the university loans, school loans, bankruptcy will not get you out of those.
I know.
You cannot get out of taxes or federally subsidized school loans with a bankruptcy. Those two things never go away. They follow you to the grave.
Wow. That's amazing, isn't it?
They kind of fuck.
So tell me this, Marky. How many watches are you? You know, for me, what should I buy next? What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to reboot the Archie Luxury channel. It's sinking fast, right?
You're a diver.
What's that?
Yeah, you don't have a dive watch.
I've got 2 divers coming next week. I've got 2 I bought them brand new. I got a Tudor. I got a Tudor Heritage.
You're gonna flip it.
No, I'm not. I'm keeping it. I bought it retail. I don't care about paying retail because I'm going to keep it forever. How many times you heard that?
Yeah. I got to tell you, here's the problem with that watch. I had the precise exact watch.
The burgundy?
Yeah. And I made a video on it. Yeah, good. Fart around on my channel and you'll find a video on that burgundy watch. And I have to say, it's very, very, very nice. But it just constantly.
I like the faux rivets. The faux rivets too. It's a faux rivet bracelet.
Oh, that's the brand new one. I got the generation right before the faux rivets. And congratulations, you learned how to pronounce faux in the last week. I'm very proud.
Clyde taught me.
You remembered. I was like, that's awesome.
Thank you. This is how he trains dogs. This is why he drives a fucking Porsche and drinks Perrier for teaching dogs. They feel, oh yes, he's remembered me. He feels so special. Thank you. I'm easier than a dog to train. Look at this. I'm easier than a beagle.
Well, you behave yourself or I'm going to rub your nose in it. Anyway.
Does that work, by the way? Does that work?
No, it does not work.
Okay. It feels good, but
it works better on a woman after a date.
$5 super chat. $5 super chat. Dr. Bruce Obama promised universal health care, Medicare for all during the campaign. Had Democratic majorities, but protected Wall Street, big pharmacy, insurance companies. That's right. That is exactly right. Hillary Clinton is on the board of Walmart. If that doesn't tell you something is grossly wrong, I don't know what will. And I'm a Trumpster, by the way. I'm a Trumpster. I'm a true Trumpster. Okay.
That's because you don't live here. Nobody here is a Trumpster. Although I will tell you, we're going to elect Bernie Sanders. in the next election, we're going to elect Bernie Sanders. And not only are we going to have free healthcare, not only are we going to have free university, but we are going to have free pepperoni pizza like every Friday night for the rest of our lives.
Hey, it's just come in. Sell the lot apart from the Patek and the JLC and get a Lange. Do you think I should do that, Marky?
No, you can't sell them because then you'd be down to 2 watches and you don't.
3 watches. 3 watches.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't think you're going to do it. The problem is that you're not going to wear the Patek a whole lot because it's gold, you know, and
yeah,
you're not going to want to scratch it. You don't wear that JLC a whole heck of a lot, but I think that's because it's a dressy watch, and you're mostly in a shirt and, like, you know, underpants.
Underpants.
Right?
Yes, yeah. yes.
So you know,
yes.
When are you going to wear the JEWELLERY? And then
I'll put it on now. I'll take my IWC off. I'm going to take my IWC Ingi off, and I'm going to put on my JEWELLERY. JEWELLERY. And I got to tell you, Marky, what do you think? This is the rules. 1 brand per watch.
Yeah. And Tudor is going to be your diver? It's
yes.
not going to work.
I got two divers. 2 discount heritage divers.
What's the other
Breitling Heritage Super Ocean 2.
You've just sold like 3 of those. Oh, you got the ceramic dial that you don't like? You bought the ceramic dial that you don't like?
With the Tudor movement, with the in-house movement, Marky.
But you didn't buy that new. Do you bought that new?
Yes. Well, it's a long story. You got to listen to the channel to find out.
Well,
did you I got a bargain. I got to tell you now, I didn't buy these for retail. I got them cheaper than secondhand. Okay.
Okay. Well, now I understand everything. You're going to flip them.
No, I'm keeping. They're keepers. They're keepers. That's it. They're keepers. I'm not selling them.
You know what? I would like to talk to you about that Tudor in about another 90 days.
Dr. Bruce, I volunteered Sanders but voted Trump. Glad I did. Ooh, I agree. I was very much Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders and Trump aren't that far apart. That's very true.
They're like 1,000 million miles apart. And not only that, but Dr. Bruce is schizophrenic. Dr. Bruce, take your lithium. Clearly, you're schizophrenic. Trump's going to be impeached. If
ever you've done history, you can say that communism and Nazism are very similar. They meet. They're two. One's a left-wing extreme, one's a right-wing extreme, and they actually meet. Now, Marky, what do you think of my idea? I'm getting 2 discount heritage divers in. What do you think of that?
There's no way that you're going to keep those watches. There's just no way.
Why not? No, I don't flip anymore. I don't flip much.
Really? Did you just give it up for Lent? I mean, you flipped yesterday. Like, you flipped yesterday.
No. I only flipped because a better one came up. I only flipped when now I've got the best you can get. That's it now. Stop.
Okay, here's what's going to happen. First of all, the Tudor is a fine watch, and I had the iteration right previous, and the burgundy bezel, and I really
you had the ETA based one, did you?
No, didn't they come out with one that has a Tudor movement, right?
Yes, that's right. Oh, you had that one, but I had the gotcha. Tell me the story.
And it's a fine. You know what? It was a fine watch. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that watch. But every time I wore it, it pissed me off that it wasn't a Rolex. You know what I mean? It's just
not a Rolex.
That particular Tudor screamed, "I'm not a Rolex." And then, you know, have you ever worn a watch that just starts to make your wrist itch? I think I was going to get syphilis from that watch.
Which watch?
I was going to get syphilis from the Tudor.
No, but that could be because the dog shit you've been picking up got stuck under the bracelet.
It was a psychological problem I had. Look, I'm making the international symbol of fisting. So the problem was...
Hey, we got a joke here from Minotaur Wrangler. First ex was a 4th Jewish. She only fucked me in the divorce. That's a joke.
It's a joke. Because the boys are making a bunch of Jewish jokes. I wonder why, Goldberg. They're making a lot of Jewish jokes. I
got to tell you the truth. You know, I got to tell you the truth here. No anti-Semitism. I love Jews. I love Jewish people. Jewish people are my best friends. I love Jewish gay men. Okay?
That would be me. Listen, here's a funny one from Darth Vader. He says, "I had a Jewish girl, but she was a bit tight." Get it?
Yeah, I get it. I love the Jews. I tell you seriously, I wish I was Jewish. Okay.
Do you now? Well, we could perform the ritual.
My favorite movie is a movie. If you ever want to see an art house American movie, it's called A Serious Man. That is a fantastic Jewish movie. That's my favorite movie of all time.
You know,
I love that movie.
I have a personal question for you.
Yes.
You asked me a pretty personal question.
You can ask anything you want.
And do you guarantee, you'll answer me just one personal question?
Sure.
Is Paul Pluta, the method actor who plays Archie Luxury?
Yes.
Are you circumcised?
I'll answer that. I don't have a problem answering this. The $2 super chat, Louis Toledo, JEWELLERY, Reverso Calendar, or Sun Moon. Cool. Both are amazing. Both. Either way, whatever you can get a better deal on, either way. And the answer is no, I'm not circumcised. Because when I was a kid, there was a huge pro-circumcision movement, but then it started to kick the other way where they said, don't touch that, leave it alone, leave it natural.
So you have the chewing gum tip.
Exactly.
Right on. Okay, Dr. Bruce.
So for a bit of medical hygiene there, you need to clean. You need to fold that back and clean it. It needs a little bit more maintenance than the cut model. It needs a little bit more maintenance. It's like a NATO. You don't have, NATOs are easier to take care of. But if you do clean it out with a bit of soap, it also can be just as effective.
So basically, it's a little bit like a classic car that does not have the modern paint job. You need waxing now and again.
Well, you just need to take special care of it. Otherwise, it can gum up. If you don't clean out that area there, it can lead to it can lead to some STIs, and it can also lead to thrush. You know thrush?
I think horses get thrush. I don't know what thrush is. It's a bird, isn't it? Isn't thrush a bird?
Yeah, you never had a girlfriend, have you?
Well, I have 3 children.
It's a yeast infection. It's a yeast infection.
Yeah. That sounds like a bread thing. By the way, yes. we have a super chat.
Yeah, Dr. Sanders. Dr.
Bruce says Sanders and Trump are closer in terms of policy than Sanders and Hillary. No lithium for me. Apparently, you were annoyed, Dr. Bruce, by my lithium comment. Also, Breitling is not a shitter. Plenty of luxury ETAs. Well, tell that to Archie Luxury, who says most Breitlings are shitters until he went and got one. But I have this one. And you know, Paul, I was watching.
Actually, Dr. Bruce, you don't understand, Marky. Dr. Bruce bought my Breitling.
Yes, I know. And
he bought the black. I'll tell you what, he got a fucking deal of the decade. Speaking of deals, you know what I sold that to him for? He got the deal of a decade. You want me to tell you, or you don't want me to tell you?
No, I want to know.
$22.50 US.
Well, that's pretty. Yeah, that's good. That's cheaper than you're going to get on the flea, and it was owned by the Pontiff.
The Pontiff. Box papers, perfect piece. I had the clasp polished. The only problem I had with it was the clasp was a little bit scratched because the guy who owned it was a bank manager. So the clasp was a little bit scratched. I had that professionally polished, and I tell you what, I'm an idiot to sell it. The only reason I did it is because I'm a celebrity. A watch shop said to me, you can have this below cost because we wanted some publicity. That's the reason I did it. Okay.
Brought to you by.
So I've actually got this is a watch that was sold on the 26th of December, 2017. The guy brought it back 3 days later and said, I don't like it. And they gave him half his money back. And then they sold it to me.
Oh, nice. So it was like new. Well, I saw an old Archie.
But the Tudor, I did buy the Tudor new. The Tudor is new. I've got a story to tell on that. I'm going to make some videos about that. I'm actually going to have that watch on Friday. I got to fly down to Sydney to pick both of these up. I'm so excited. I'm flying down Thursday. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I haven't had a retail experience like this I don't buy things new. I just, the whole reason people think, why do I say buy used? I could never afford. I'm like the unsuccessful Jewish guy. I had to deal in secondhand because I could never afford to buy new. I had fucking kids, a wife, and hangers on. I couldn't afford to buy luxury goods. When I bought a German car, I bought the 318i BMW. That's like the That's like the Porsche with the 4-cylinder engine. It wasn't the 325i. I had the 318i, which was shit. It was the 4-cylinder underpowered garbage.
You know why God invented Christians?
Why is that?
Because somebody has to pay retail. But it's not going to be us.
No.
The problem is when you buy retail, you immediately, you know, boom, somebody's going to take the depreciation hit. It's like driving the car off the lot and then bringing it back the next day and you lost 40%.
You know what I said to someone as a friend, if I won a lot of money, you know what I'd like to do?
Buy retail?
No, I'd like to start at one end of the magic mile of car dealers and start off with a Rolls Royce, a brand new Rolls Royce, trade it in to one dealer, then go to the next dealer and trade in the next car I've taken, trade it in, and see at the end I come out with a 20-year-old Toyota Corolla.
You'd have no money left by the end of that row. Super chat, super chat. Enzo Bar, $5. Poor man's collection under $6,000. Man on the Moon, Omega, at 3.3 thousand. Tudor Black Bay 41mm smooth bezel at 2K, and Seiko Turtle, all new. Joe Mashop, thoughts. What do you think, Paul? And then I'll say what I think.
Well, is he talking Aussie dollars or that's US? He must be talking Aussie because that.
No, I think it's US because Joe Mashop is in the United States.
Okay, so he's okay. Yeah, he is talking. Sorry. It was a Man on the Moon at 3.3. I agree. That gives you your iconic sports watch that as a chronograph. As your discount diver, you got a Tudor Black Bay Heritage, very very good. At 2, yep, that's sorry, you're right. I misread it. And a Seiko Turtle. I agree. Perfect collection.
Wrong answer. Let me tell you why I think that. Because first of all,
tell me.
Because why do you want to pay 3.3 thousand for a Tudor Black Bay 41 when you can buy it? For
No. He's paying He's paying 2,000 for the Tudor. You've read it right. That's how I read it as well.
Okay. Well, then you're right. Okay, good. That's okay. But the Seiko Turtle. It's not even like, why would you want
we don't need a Seiko. Seiko's the only reason I promote Seikos is so that son of a bitch doesn't break into my house and steal my good stuff. I've just kind of told him that it's a decent watch. It's not. The only Seiko to have is a Grand Seiko. Agreed?
Yeah. I have a couple of Seiko Turtles just for fun, but like,
they suck. Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, you do not. It's got the least satisfying.
What would you rather pick off the floor? A Seiko Turtle or a dog turd?
Oh, that's a tough question. I have a couple of Seiko. I have the Seiko Blue Lagoon and I have the Seiko Patty. But to be honest with you, I never wear them. And I think I bought the Blue Lagoon in Thailand because I was bored. You know who I met when I was over in Thailand?
Who did you meet?
I met Barry. He has a Barry McCaubry. He's got a channel called The Fat Gent, a watch channel.
I put one of his videos on my channel. He's a great guy. Barry's a lovely guy.
Yeah, he's from Ireland. The only problem I have with Barry is we are two people separated by a common language. We both speak English, but his accent is like almost impossible to follow. But
he's not gay. Is he gay?
No, he's married to a Thai lady. He's got kids, so they go back.
Wow!
They go back to Thailand to visit his family now and again. And I got another.
Wow, her family. Yeah, her family.
Correct. And then there's another lovely watch guy over there named Blue Drew, who is a watch collector, and he watches all our videos, yours and mine. Wow. And then there's another guy.
I got to tell you, you know what I love about you, Marky? You know what I love about you, besides the fact I love gay Jewish men? You know what I love about you?
What's that, Paul?
You're always cheery, positive, so fucking positive. Like, I can be really down. I watch one of your videos, and I fucking pep up. It's like taking fucking Xanax. You're Xanax.
You watch my videos? I'm gonna cry right now. I'm gonna cry.
No. I've watched a few. I watched some of your videos. I like your positive outlook and just how you. You're a very positive, uplifting person.
Well, that's such a sweet thing to say. I honestly, you're the motherfucker who you cost me like $50,000. You know, just so you know, because anything that you like, I pretty much just automatically like it. Just got years watching. You know, you have 8,000 videos up, and do you know how I know that? Because I've watched them all twice. So,
you're joking.
No, you have a lot of videos up. You have 8,000 on your channel. 8,000 videos.
I should have a fucking Macan. You know that I should have a Macan, but I don't. There's no fairness in the world. There is no.
It's all gone to Bitcoin and it's all gone pear-shaped. But anyway.
Now we got a $2 super for $10 super chat. Gilbert Uber. Trump will be a two-term. Look at the economy, GDP growth. Look at the tax plan that has prompted all these companies giving bonuses and raises. America cares about hard results. Democrats have no shot. I think he's right. You know something? You know my good friend Descartes? He's a Democrat, okay? And he told me the economy is actually working under Trump. He hated Trump, but he said, hey, take away the personalities from Trump. He's doing a damn good job. That's what a Democrat said to me.
Mueller.
Sorry? Mueller. What does that mean?
Well, he's the special prosecutor that will be interviewing Trump for obstruction of justice. And yeah, Trump's not going to make 4 years.
Remember what Nixon said. When the president does it, it's not illegal.
What happened to him? Look what happened to him. I'm telling you, Trump is never going to make all 4 years. It's just, he's not. We're going to have, honestly, I am not a Trump fan, but I think Trump is a lovely guy compared to Pence. Pence is like, he's a nutball, that guy. And we're going to wind up with him as our president in less than 3 years. It's going to be President Pence. You people start practicing that. This is why the Christian right loves Trump, you know, who grabs them by the pussy and is like completely irrational towards women. You know that they just released the information that he paid $130,000 to silence a porn star, like literally 2 weeks.
And why is that bitch opening her mouth? And if you paid $130,000, why isn't this bitch shutting her mouth? That's what I want to know.
Maybe the check didn't clear. You know, I'm not entirely sure of that one. But all I'm saying is he's never going to make 4 years. So super chat that, Gilbert. He's never going to make 4 years.
Clinton didn't exactly have a clean record, and he survived.
Yeah, that's true. He wasn't. However, he was elected by the American people, not by a foreign power. That'd be the major difference.
Oh, that's nasty. That is so fucking unfair because I don't understand. Democrats are only like democracy if they're winning. I mean, you can't have it both ways. Sometimes. I got to tell you, I was a huge Obama fan, but he didn't really achieve much.
Yeah, well, he had an obstructionist Congress. You know, Trump's got both houses. He's got the Congress. He's got the entire Congress, and he can't seem to like appoint judges. He can't appoint ambassadors. We've got entire departments that are like being run by, you know, third-rate secretaries because he can't. Nobody wants to work for this guy. Anyway, I don't know.
You're fired. That's because he says you're fired. That's why.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't think he's going to make all 4 years. That's just my prediction. You heard it here on the Archie Luxury live stream, people, on the Paul Pluta channel. Trump, he is not going to make 4 years. You people are going to have President Pence. So if you're happy with Trump, I got
to tell you, I really hate politics. I used to be very political. I was left wing. Actually, Marky, I was left wing. I was very left wing, right?
Yeah.
I actually joined the left-wing political party, and then I worked out these bitches were all feminist hags. If you as much as had an erotic thought, you should be charged for rape and murder. And then I joined the conservatives. But I got to tell you, I hate both sides of politics. They're self-interested fucking sons of bitches. I hate both sides of politics. And
it's all messy. But for those of you who are saying that I would kneel for the national anthem and, you know, like shit on the flag, and let me tell you something, people, I'm an American. I'm as much an American as you are, and I stand and put my hand over my heart for my flag, my country, the people who fight for it, the people who have died for it. And I stand for my national anthem.
Mark, $5 super chat for you, Mark. Right here and now, do you denounce the violence used by the fringe left against Trump supporters?
I denounce violence in all forms. I'm not really aware of the fringe left against Trump supporters. I am aware of the neo-Nazis marching, and Trump says are fine people. I'm more aware of that. But of course, I denounce violence in any of its iterations. There's no problem with that, of course.
Mark, let's get back to watches. Move away from politics. It's a ratings. I really don't like. I want to ask you this, Marky.
Darling.
Have you ever been to the Thai zoos, where how they train animals in Thailand?
Yeah, let me tell you a quick story. I go to where was this?
Yeah.
There is a zoo in I can't remember if it was Patek or I think it was Pattaya. There's a zoo outside of Pattaya, and first of all, we got to explain to the punters here. Super chat.
Just, yeah, you read Gilbert, it. You read it.
All right, Gilbert Uber, $2. Can't appoint judges. Supreme Court mean anything? Can't appoint judges. Supreme Court mean anything? Yeah. Okay. Oh, and there's another super chat.
Yep.
You know
thank you.
Real quick, Archie, I would like to point out that this politics has brought out the super chats. So
thank you. Well, maybe not a bad idea. Thank you very much.
Dr. Bruce, $5. Obama had a Democratic House and Senate for 2 years. Trump will make.
That's true.
Yeah. Trump will make 2 terms because Democrats have no policy platform, just platitudes. I voted for Democrats for 40 years till Trump. All right. Well,
thank you, Dr. Bruce.
I think you're going to have President Pence, so we will see what happens. Okay. Anyway, so the infrastructure in Thailand is very, sketchy, right?
Basic. Yeah, yeah. Actually, can I just say one thing about infrastructure? One thing I've noticed is they're pulling down all those wires in the middle of Sukhumvit. You know, those. Yeah, I had that footage. Did you see that?
I did. And
very sad to see that happening.
I don't even think it's going to be Thailand if you're not ducking live wires when you're walking down the street.
I know.
You look up and it's like, when you look up, it's like spaghetti. There's like wires.
I know. Very sad. Keep going with your story, with the zoo story.
Some of these wires like hang down and will hit you in the face when you're.
Oh, they zap. The people have been killed. Keep going with the story.
Not only that, but just quick before the zoo, talking infrastructure, you could be walking down a sidewalk and you could fall into a pothole, twist your leg, and die. I mean, it's the infrastructure is very close. So I thought of a marketing slogan for Thailand. Welcome to Thailand. Hope you make it. I think this is going to be like the new bumper sticker. Welcome to Thailand. Hope you make it. Well, anyway, I got video of this one. I'll sooner or later I'll send you the video. But I was at the zoo in Pattaya. And they've got a full-size African lion behind chain link fence. Now, chain link fence is got this diamond pattern.
Yeah.
Holes in it, right? And what they're doing is they got like a big stick.
Yes.
And they got a plate. They got like a table full of meat chunks of independent origin, and they're sticking like a meat chunk on the stick, and for 10 baht, which is the equivalent of like maybe 4 cents, you can hand the stick to your small, tiny child, and they can shove the stick with the meat chunk through the chain link fence, and then the lion will charge and eat the chunk of meat off of the stick. Well, the problem is that the lion is making there's little 3-year-old kids trying to stick their hands all the way through and pet the lion through the chain link. There's no country on earth really that I could imagine that would allow a 3-year-old to feed an African lion, behind a faulty fence line by shoving their entire arm through the fence. But there were a couple 2-year-olds that I was sure I was going to see, just right in front of my very eyes. So I have the answer to your question is I have been to the zoo in Thailand. It's a country I love. It's a beautiful place. The weather is incredible. The people are lovely. The food is utterly amazing. But you want to be careful feeding the wild animals at the zoo there. You got to be a little bit careful.
What, have you been to the crocodile farms where they put their head in the crocodiles?
I have. It's really, it's a little frightening what these people will do. They have no fear. There's no fear. And there's packs of wild. Have you encountered packs of wild dogs in Bangkok?
Yeah, soy dogs.
Yeah, some of them are a little aggressive, so you could be followed around by a pack.
You didn't touch them. They got rabies. You didn't touch them, did you?
Listen, no, and I love dogs, and I'm friends with a couple of dog trainers there in Bangkok, and in fact, I'm going to be giving a lecture. But honestly, I will touch a dog wearing a collar, that looks well fed and groomed. But soy dogs, I really don't want to touch them because if you get scratched, you're going for rabies shots. if you get bitten, you're going for the rabies shot. That's not pleasant.
What does rabies do to you if you did catch rabies?
You die. It's a 100% fatal disease. If it progresses beyond a certain point, it's 100% fatal in human beings. So you die. You get rabies. You either get the shot within, I forget how many days, but it's not many. It's like 72 hours maybe, or you die. It used to be the needle was about used to be about 25 centimeters long, and they would give it to you like into your abdomen, like they would shove it into your stomach, it was like
okay,
you know. But now they have a smaller needle that they can give it to you in the arm. But
here we go. $5 Lewis super chat. Archie, top 3 dress watches between 10 and 20,000. Hey, where are you going?
I will be right back.
Top 3 dress watches for 10 to 20,000. JEWELLERY, that's where I'd be going. Reverso, 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 Reverso. Master Control, Master Control, Master Control. That's where I'd be going. That's 2, but I'd be thinking, I reckon some of these JEWELLERY are fucking sexy in pink gold or steel. So that's 3 watches. Sorry, what do you got there? Tell me what you got there.
Me?
Yeah, what's going on? Tell me what's going on.
I've got company. I've been neglecting my company.
Oh, shit. You can go if you need to go.
I do. I got to go.
Hey, Marky, that's been great. It's been great having you here. I'll wind this show up. Thank you so much for being here.
Paul. Thank you, Clive. Thank you, boys. And let me just say, God bless America. And I want our president to succeed just as much as the next guy does. That's what I got to say. So all of you calling me a communist, I'm an American, and I vote.
You're an American. Yeah. Yes. And how can he be a communist? How can he be a communist with a fucking Porsche Macan?
I'm a capitalist.
I mean, fuck me, Dad. He's a capitalist. You're a true capitalist.
I'm a capitalist. I happen to be socially liberal, fiscally conservative, and super chat. Enzo Bar, Tudor and Breitling now sharing movements, giving Breitling an uptick in legitimacy. Is Tudor now just on the same tier as Omega and Breitling, just under Rolex? I'm going to let you answer that. We're going to do this again.
I think it is. Tudor is now. Tudor's always been the same tier. I think Tudor is on a level with Omega. I think Breitling is probably just under Rolex, but above Tudor. If you look at the pricing structure, and that's exactly right. The only negative with Breitling is a bunch of nasty fucking investment bankers took over the business, which is always a nasty fucking thing to do. Nasty investment bankers don't make the best decisions for the company or the products. So, yeah, that's kind of my view on that. But Tudor and Breitling sharing movements, given Breitling an uptick in legitimacy. Yes, of course, it definitely has. But they shared the B01. And Tudor provided the MT5612 3-hand movement. So that's the deal, guys. Guys, it's been great doing this super chat. I love you all. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. I'll be doing super chats sporadically whenever I feel like. I got to do some paid reviews today. I'll be uploading videos. And thank you for watching the Paul Pluta channel.